Hey guys, welcome back to Joe Naime. Welcome back. Today we're gonna have a review, our recap on Dimples versus the Divine Tree, which this episode was an amazing episode. So if you guys have not watched this episode, this is going to be some spoiler alert, guys. Godly Dimples in his divine form even saved Mob, because Mob may have even died or be consumed by the divine tree in this episode as well. In episode 5, where we see the fight with Dimples, Godly Dimples actually versus Kageyama, we actually get to see Kageyama release all his energy out of his body, because he actually knew that Dimples was not trying to kill him or fight him serious. But what he did not cater for was the tree sucking all his powers, because once you have no powers, basically you couldn't fight. So in episode 7 is where you got to see the tree wanted to consume Kageyama, because Kageyama is actually a moving source of energy, nearly unlimited energy. So we get to see while the divine tree tried to consume Kageyama, Dimples jump into play, God Dimples jump into play and actually try to stop the tree from doing it. Then he get to realize he did not have control over the divine tree. The divine tree actually becomes so superior that it basically started to have its own intellect and started to do its own thing. That's where God Dimples actually get to realize that now they actually are in some serious trouble. So he actually did his best was to actually protect Mob while fighting. That fight scene was pretty amazing. I feel one of the most amazing battles it actually had in Mob Psycho until now, right? Kageyama, he is strong. Yes, he's real OP, so he would have okay fights, but to actually see a power-up transformation and actually had a divine level battle, because that's what Dimples turned into, a divine god now with unlimited powers, you can say. That was spectacular. It actually had some real good fight scenes where the divine tree actually sent out different parts just to fight the God Dimples, and it actually had a section where they actually do some laser that was shot at him and stuff like that. That was pretty real intense battle, right? Then afterwards you actually get to see where Dimples actually went and he was talking to Kageyama, where he had one hand and he had one leg. That to show you how strong the level of the divine tree, the threat level of it. And he let Kageyama walk out and leave the place, and because he uses hypnosis on Kageyama. Then Kageyama left, and everybody left, Everybody went straight back to home thinking that everything was normal, and most of them couldn't remember. But Mob, he does remember everything, and he does happen to remember slight details of what actually went on, and because he couldn't remember at one point in time. After that fight, basically Dimples, he continued fighting with the divine tree. He took the divine tree up and he floated away with it. Right? They didn't show us where he carried the divine tree, but we all know who been watching that he carried it in the sea, because that was one of the goals for Mob, aka Kageyama. That was his dream, was to take up the tree, take it and carry it far and drop it in the sea. So since then, we have not seen Dimples, right? So no one knows what happened to Dimples. Only Kageyama have an idea of what happened to Dimples and the divine tree, because he basically knew that his dream, his wishes was for the divine tree to actually be carried into the sea. So maybe in the future we might be able to see Dimples, right? Go see him in his divine form, hopefully, right? All intact. Maybe he have to stay and protect the tree. That might be one of it, because that might be source of his powers still, right? And at the same time, somebody have to deal with the tree if he cannot fully destroy the tree, because it looked like they had no way of destroying the divine tree, right? Because basically it is a living life force that sucks and live off of everything, and basically with Dimples hypnosis, it does make it 100% OP. right? So basically come like two gods was basically fighting each other, right? Dimples just happened wants to look like overwhelmed it and happened to be able to move it. That's why they really couldn't show us that fight fully clear where he take up the tree and carry it and stuff like that, because in reality the tree was actually giving him a real OP fight, right? Upcoming, I'll actually do a review on the trailer. I have a trailer for the final battle in Mob Psycho, right? I actually watched it to see it come out and have not done a review on it or on it as yet. So hope you guys stick around for that. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. As I say, we will have more updates or more animes, different type of animes. Some animes that you might actually be interested in, some animes you might not never heard anything about. It have a lot of good animes, maybe OP with great fight scenes, some but not so much great fight scenes, but have good action scenes, good plot scenes. I would like you guys to comment, I would like you guys to subscribe to the channel. Tell me what you would like to see next on this channel, right? And subscribe for daily videos. You know what it is? It's your boy Joe, you know, email. Back at it again with another video, and I'm out.